Welcome to Sips and Spirits, a podcast for lovers of both alcoholic and spectral kinds. I am your hostess, Chelsea.
I'm your other host, Eric. A little disclaimer before we get started. Facts and stories are presented from various sources, and we make no claims that these tales are true. We just want them to be spooky and interesting.
Cocktails and spirits are tasted for the first time during episode recording unless noted otherwise.
We haven't tasted them yet today, so that's why it's taking a while.
I'm too sober for this, as I like to say. Obviously, because this is one of our cryptid episodes, as you can guess from the title, I make a cocktail themed off of our cryptid for this episode. So I do taste test these cocktails ahead of time. So we have tried this cocktail. Mm-hmm. But we are kind of going to do something a little different this time. A little last minute taste testing. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Mm-hmm. So last disclaimer.
And we want to remind you that it's fine to enjoy your spirits, but don't let them possess you. We may be a drinking podcast, but we strongly encourage you to drink responsibly. As much as we love you enjoying our cocktails, there's never any pressure to consume them.
And it is a goal, hopefully within the next year or so, to really focus on getting those cocktails we have created made into mocktails. Like I said, probably in the next year or two, that's going to be something we're going to be working towards, because I do like to have that variety, and we were really good about it in the beginning, and when we do tell people we have made non-alcoholic cocktails, they get really excited too. So it's nice to have the option when you're like, just can't imbibe at the moment, or I'm choosing not to, whatever your reason, no judgment here. Mm-hmm. We are drinkers, so predominantly we focus on adding liquor to our cocktails, but we are wanting to make sure we are inclusive for even those who choose not to imbibe, whatever their reason. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is one of our cryptid episodes, Chelsea's mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. So first question or clarification, what is a cryptid?
What is a cryptid? Shall I answer this time? I think you answered last time.
I think we have different answers every time.
Yeah. So at least for me, I think a cryptid is a being which can or cannot be proven scientifically, and at least from our experience is very regional based. So there are some cryptids, for example, Bigfoot, who have been sighted like throughout North America and other spaces as well. I believe Canada is also a place there have been Bigfoot sightings. But most cryptids like Nessie or Mothman, which are very popular, common examples of a cryptid, have a very specific place they show up. Nessie shows up in the Loch Ness of Scotland. Yes. Mothman has only been seen in Point Pleasant. So I think a cryptid also tends to be very regional positioned, but that doesn't necessarily count something as a cryptid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anything to add to that?
Nope, that's it.
Perfect. All right. So we kick off these episodes with, or we end each of our episodes with a riddle, and that gives listeners a chance until the next cryptid episode to take a guess at what our next cryptid is going to be. We did not get any guessers this time, sadly, but it's very fun to come up with the riddles, and sometimes we get some really fun answers, and we share and shout out who gave those answers, regardless of if the answer was right or wrong, and we get some really fun ones. It's always great, because you never know based off the riddle. It shows actually either how good I did at portraying the cryptid,
or how bad,
or how many kinds of similar cryptids there are out there.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. Mm-hmm. So sadly, no shout outs, but if you guys are interested and you stay tuned to the end of this episode, you can comment on our YouTube or send us a comment on our Instagram, or even reply to our monthly newsletter with your guess, and then we'll shout you out in our next episode, next cryptid episode. Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about how we pick our cryptids?
Yeah, sure. When we first started picking our cryptids.
Oh man, that was a nightmare.
What we did is we grabbed a deck, we shuffle the deck, and then pull the next card next. And I was like, okay, this was fun and random, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's make it more interactive. So then we started asking our friends in the spooky community, hey, randomize the deck, pick a card, let's talk that cryptid kind of thing, and they would do that. And then when we got most of our friends that we've met through our experiences in life, we started going to talk to our favorite vendors and be like, hey, we do this. Do you want to be a part of it? Sure. Randomize, pick a card, and that's where it goes.
Yeah.
We're coming down to the last of the ones that we've drawn so far, so we gotta figure out a way to either.
We've got about 12 left or so.
No, I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, after the ones that people have picked.
Yes.
You're saying we're coming down to our last 3 that people have picked.
Yes.
But we have about 12 following that.
Yes, exactly.
What are we going to do?
So we're trying to figure out if we can have more people pull or figure out a new way of randomizing it without going like, oh, let's do that one next. It's like the whole point was being to be surprised what's next and to be like, okay, let's learn something new. It's
been very fun doing it at events, but it also can be a challenge, and I feel bad, like especially if a vendor is running their booth and then giving us this time, and then there's people that walk away because they're clearly busy. I feel terrible making someone lose
business,
some of their business. So we're trying to think of other ways we can do that, and this is actually one of the ways. Our next pull, the person who pulled this, in December 2023, our delightful friends, what?
That was a long time ago.
2 years ago, 3 years ago. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3 traditions. Juan and Steph, they pulled a cryptid card when they came to visit us where we were living at the time. And we did record that. So we're going to go ahead and play that little bit right now. All right. So we have with us behind the bar, Steph and Juan of 1, 2, 3 Traditions. They're wonderful friends we got to become acquainted with during Midsummer Scream 2023. And they came and visited us during the winter. So we're here chilling in our jammies, getting ready to pull some creepy cryptids. Yay. So, yeah.
Ready? I'm totally excited about this.
What did you get, Juan?
I have Lizard Man.
Interesting.
Looks interesting too. So we're Ninja Turtles.
There you go. Pretty much. There we go.
That's cool. So as you saw, Juan was the person who pulled this particular cryptid card. And our cryptid for this episode is the Lizard Man.
Ooh, Lizard Man. Not confused with lizard people.
You ready to cheers to that?
Cheers. My drink's been sweating. I'm gonna do this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious.
Okay. So, you ready to talk about this cocktail?
I'm ready to talk about this cocktail. Tell me more.
All right. So, first things first, I want to bring up, because that's kind of the initial starting point here. I really wanted to because our cryptid is from South Carolina. I wanted to capture the essence. One of the big things in the South is people drinking sweet teas.
Sweet teas.
Right? And so I really wanted this to be like a spiked tea, but have green elements to it. I wasn't quite sure how I was going to get that in there. And one of the things was using Arizona green tea. They have this green tea, ginseng and honey. Mm-hmm. And I picked that just because I could have made my own tea, but everyone likes their tea a little different. This is just widely available, so when people mix it at home, using a pre-made, ready to go, nationally available tea would be easier for people to make it instead of trying to learn how to make tea. That way we all get the same test. Exactly, you get the same flavor. Now, for this, I debated, do I want more tea or less tea? So I'm doing last minute edits here, live on the episode. Now, the one with 4 ounces of tea is a good, good base cocktail. If you're really leaning more towards having it tea heavy, add the extra 2 ounces of tea. That's what I did with this one. So, and in that regard, it would depend on your preference. Do you want it to be a cocktail or you want it to be a spiked tea? So, here we are. And I think either one works really well. These are delicious. And the only difference is just adding an extra 2 ounces of tea.
Exactly.
Right. So whatever your personal preference is.
You can put it back.
Okay. I thought you were reaching.
No, I was trying to help you grab it.
I can reach it, actually. So, obviously, we have that Arizona green tea in there. Bourbon is a choice liquor of South Carolina, so it's one of the most popular liquors that people choose to drink there.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I wanted it to be a tea and bourbon drink. And then to bring in those green elements, I was really thinking hard because we've done cucumber, we've done honeydew for cocktails to make green cocktails. And it's a little challenging actually to come up with green cocktails.
Yeah.
So I thought the green tea was a good kind of base. And then I added some mint to bring in more herbal, but not herby, but earthy herb.
Mm-hmm.
Because this cryptid is known to hang out in the swamplands
Mm-hmm.
and marshes. So I wanted that wet, dewy kind of earth flavor, and I feel like mint does the job on that. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just looking something up.
On top of that, I also tried something new where I've made lots of different kinds of simple syrups through Sips and Spirits. But I've never done a different, a honey infused simple syrup. I've done lots of honey simple syrups, but where I took honey and another ingredient, so this was the first time doing that, and I did a mint honey simple syrup. So I took some of the mint leaves, boiled them with the honey and the water to make a mint honey simple syrup, just to really bring out more of that minty flavor. And I think it does a good job of making this a very earthy, sweet tea cocktail.
Yep.
And yeah, and it makes this a very unique kind of light golden green woodsy cocktail. I love how the color turned out.
Yep.
So
Lovely. Very lovely.
yeah, anything to add to that about
So
the
I'm gonna add to your whole
tasting notes?
tea thing.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you don't like green tea or dark green tea for that matter, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. Everyone has some things, but it does make it like you said, if you have the extra ounces, it makes like a spiked tea, kind of like twisted tea kind of thing, and that sort of things. If you don't do it, it makes it into a cocktail, which is still nice and refreshing. Kind of thing. It gives you that sweetness that you get from the honey and all the stuff, all the ingredients there. So it's nice and still be enjoyable, kind of like in the summer days and whatnot.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm not a big bourbon drinker. I don't like bourbon at all. I can immediately tell when bourbon's in a drink, and I'm not a fan of bourbon personally. I can enjoy a good whiskey, a good scotch, but there's something about bourbon and its aftertaste. It disrupts the experience for me. But I really like it in this cocktail. And actually, I feel like with the extra tea in it, it brings out more of the bourbon flavor.
Because it's more the bourbon natural flavor and not the sweetness of it.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned this before. My beef with bourbon is how sweet it is versus other scotches and whiskeys. And it's one else. So this one, because you have the honey and then you have, all that sweetness that comes from there with the green tea and whatnot, the sweetness of bourbon is kind of hidden in there.
The honey's complementing the natural sweetness in the bourbon instead of conflicting with it and making it extra sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so where can we find this recipe?
I don't know. Online.
I put it on the Sips and Spirits website, so you can always find it
Get
there.
your Ouija boards out.
And our website, sipsandspirits.com, and you'll see a little tab that says cocktails. You just click on that and you'll find our most recent recipes. And I have caught up on all our cocktail recipes. I'm so happy. So now I'm just slowly catching up on the show notes, but we're getting there.
Eventually we'll be done.
We'll be all caught up. And I've been good about keeping up with our newest episodes. So those are all there.
Sounds good.
So you ready to tell us a little bit more about this cryptid?
Of course I am. So, as I mentioned earlier, today's cryptid is Lizard Man. Card comes from... We mentioned cards all this episode. You're like, what cards are you guys talking about? So, we found this game called Clash of the Cryptids by Afterlight Comics. And we're like, oh, this would be a great idea to start doing episodes with. So, it's a little card game. We've never played it. I don't know where it will be. Maybe one day when we get with all the cryptids done, we'll start playing it and be like, hey, how's it actually play? I gotta find the rules or something, but
it's in the deck.
It's in the deck in there, but we gotta read them over and whatnot. So they have a little description here. Can I read it in the dark? Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, move your clipboard down.
Lizard Man, known to inhabit swamplands in and around Lee County, South Carolina. Said to have many reptile qualities, including green scaly skin and three-toed feet and hands. Witnesses claim each of its digits has had circular paths and always to be climbing into trees, walls, much like a gecko. So green gecko, like creature, kind of thing and whatnot. So that's the lizard man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, well,
That's all I got.
what's your research?
Oh, I didn't do any.
You had to do some research.
So,
That's your job.
my job.
I did all the cocktail testing.
She makes the cocktails. I find some cool, interesting stories in it. Okay. So, Lee County's most famous reptile is back in business. It's the title of this article. Lee County, South Carolina's legends and folklore of the cryptid known as the Lizard Man has existed since the first faithful sighting in the summer of 1988. The summer that you were born. No, that's later. The Lizard Man is Lee County's very own homegrown monster, a 7-foot tall, red-eyed, scaly-skinned reptile that emerged from Scape Ore Swamp one dark and humid night, July 1988, to scare the living daylights out of a young Lee County kid. Chris Davis, a Bishopville teen on his way home after his shift ended at McDonald's, blew a tire out in his car in the Browntown area of the county, very close to the edge of Scape Ore Swamp. The young man got out of his car and was working to change the flat when suddenly he heard a sound, almost like someone or something running on the asphalt, and it was coming closer and closer through the dark night towards him. When the shadowy shape slowly started to take form, Davis couldn't believe what he was seeing. He would later describe the creature as standing about 7 feet tall, with green scaly skin, red eyes, 3 toes on each foot. The Lizard Man had made his first public appearance. Davis jumped back into the safety of his car and roared away, but not before the creature attacked his car, ripping off the side mirror and jumping on top the 17-year-old's car and viciously denting the roof. The attack later was reported to the Sheriff Winston Truesdale, who along with his deputies took the incident seriously and investigated the claims, especially after Davis took and passed a polygraph test. A few weeks later, several folks who lived in the vicinity of Scape Ore Swamp reported having their cars attacked by some kind of creature that ripped off and possibly chewed bumpers. Deputies stayed quite busy that summer, chasing down lizard leads, then even discovering enormous three-toed footprints left in the swamp by some type of creature and making plaster casts out of them. At that time, it seemed the whole world went crazy for the Lizard Man, with media descending on Bishopville from literally all over the globe. Sheriff Truesdale said the Lizard Man became a national celebrity and to put Lee County on the map. We had newspapers, television stations from all over the globe coming here to Browntown and Scape Ore Swamp. The radio station in Columbia offered a $1 million reward for the capture of the Lizard Man, but it was never claimed. The sheriff office stayed busy trying to answer hundreds of calls about the creature from as far away as Japan and New Zealand. It's been a long time since 1988 to now, but thanks to the renewed interest in the Lizard Man around 2018 and the work of some diligent citizens, the Lee County's legend has been given a rebirth of sort. In 2019, the Friends of the Lizard Man committee was formed, just as they were getting on their feet. However, COVID hit and all the plans to revive the legend have been put on hold. But this little group was nothing if not tenacious. When it was considered safe to resume meetings, they came together and decided on a motto for the organization: preserving the legend. The vision was to integrate the legend with the local community initially, says George Roberts, who chairs the committee. However, the outreach soon grew to a large audience of followers. After all, who doesn't love a legend involving a monster? In 2022, the Friends of Lizard Man hosted their first stomp, so named in the recognition of Lizard Man's making imprints on swamp mud during his 1988 sightings.
Cute.
The stomp that first year was the outdoor duplication of the Lee County's Art Council population's Taste of Lee, with various organizations cooking and selling lizard-themed swamp bog, along with activities such as children's games, live music and dancing, a car show, and sales of t-shirts and other Lizard Man related merchandise. In 2023, the stomp drew even more folks to downtown Bishopville to celebrate the Lizard Man. We added a parade, which was really enjoyed by everyone, Robert said. We expanded the event to include food trucks and live bands, more arts and crafts vendors, and more entertainment for the kids. Smith's Concrete cast a 3-foot-tall statue of Lizard Man, which sold like hotcakes and can now be seen in strategic locations around town. A big shout out goes to Robbie Howell, artist and administration of the Lizard Man's Lounge on Facebook, for his efforts from 1988 until now in preserving the legend.
Oh.
Roberts adds, it takes everyone working together to keep a legend alive. That's our goal. Lee County's own legend of Lizard Man, and we intend to keep it. So, this article, is published in Lee County's city website.
That's awesome.
So, and we've talked about this before, where a town takes in their legend and makes it part of personality. We love that kind of thing. This is like the story says.
We've been talking about different places to go for family trip this summer. I think we need to go to Bishopsville.
And go check out this.
When is it Stomp or Stump?
The Stomp.
Stomp.
Like,
when's the Stomp Festival? Because I think
summer.
We should go.
Yeah, we check it out. That'd be
that
fun.
sounds so fun.
You get yourself some Lizard Man gear. But no, it's
the kids would love it.
It's really cool how, like, we talked about Mothman has it. We talked about Indra Cold had the whole national aspect. What's the little dude in the East Coast? Pukwudgie.
The Pukwudgie. I mean, there's even, like, you talked about the Chupacabra. For you growing up, you have actual memories of it being a real fear.
Sitting in the couch and watching, like, news of saying, like, hey, here's a video of the Chupacabra kind of thing. And we're like, oh my God, that seems real. And then we had our little incident with the cows, the goats disappeared. That was fun. But yeah, no, I love when it's not just like the crazy guy in the bar talks about it, but it's like a whole town makes it
they
part of
their
thing.
Point Pleasant does that too with Mothman, right?
Yeah, kind of thing.
No, and I don't know. As a person who loves these kinds of things, I greatly enjoy when towns embraces. Like, I know I'm going to use a very popular place that's known for its kind of supernatural is Salem, Massachusetts. And you have, like, the residents are, like, kind of split 50-50. Some love the tourism aspect, that people are coming because of the witch trials and the potential that there was lots of witchcraft and stuff going on. And then other people who, like, hate it and, like, we really want this buried in the dirt, maybe have your memorials, but why do we have to turn this into a big festivity and touristy trap, essentially?
And then those are like, this is wrong Salem. But I think that's cool, because then you have, like, Savannah, Georgia, on the flip side of things, they're like, yeah, let's make this.
We're the most haunted place in America.
Let's make this. Let's make the whole spooky thing, making it into a business, and they have. Kind of thing. People go all over places from all over to go to Savannah, Georgia to experience things.
Yeah.
But I love that there was like this whole article on their like city website, like, hey. We had a legend here. Come on, guys, let's make this happen.
I know, that's so cool. And I love there's like this resurgence. Like after 30 years is like, what is the Lizard Man? Pennywise.
Right.
Is it? Because fun fact, it was written in 1988 as well. And
I have this thing.
You said 2018. He came back. That's 30 years later. Came back, or there were sightings again. There was some sort of revival.
I'm looking at, because I got the Wikipedia article and see if there's anything like there needs to be put in there, but I think it's pretty much all good there.
And that's kind of cool that they have like foot plasters, or they got some foot plasters of the. Because at first I was like, oh, it's this teenager who in the middle of the night is like got this damage to his car. Was it actually an encounter, or did he make it up? Because he got into an accident and didn't want to fess up to his parents, that he ruined his car. But it was kind of cool that it's not often you get the authorities actually believing you in these kinds of encounters. They're always kind of dubious.
Yeah.
And until But they were like, hey, let's get this solved. Let's figure this out.
Let's look at this. I mean, when you have, like, I don't know how big Lee County's, Bishopville is, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's like a small town and, everybody knows each other, it's like, why would this kid make it about the story kind of thing? And then you have other people saying the same story. It's like, ooh, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Thing and whatnot. The Wikipedia article talked about some researcher, some scientist was like, the skeptical about the whole aspect of things, and the church being like, it's just a crazy cult frenzy. Churches, 1980s.
Well, that's the end of the your satanic panic, right? Because it started in the 70s. I want to say it started to kind of peter out in the 80s because you had I don't know the names of these like cults, but the drink the juice people. I think that was like in the early 80s.
I thought it was like a religious cult, though.
Yeah.
Not like a religious cult in like Catholic base, not Catholic, like a Christian base.
No, it was just crazy cultists convincing a bunch of people
to drink the juice.
To drink the juice.
Drink our juice. Become our cult. Join our cult.
Our cult of the cryptid.
There we go. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Anything you want to add to that, or?
That's all I got for now. Where's my notes? I see your drawings here.
Oh, there on the back.
There we go. Okay.
Cool.
Where we go next?
All right. So, are we ready for our cryptid? Guess who?
Yeah.
For next time. Okay.
So, Miranda, if you have a guess on who the riddle is, or how the answer for the riddle is, you can shout us out on Instagram, newsletter, send us an email.
Comment on our YouTube or Instagram. We post the riddles there as well.
Mm-hmm. And then you can shout out in this next episode.
Yeah.
Or next
in our next cryptid episode.
Yeah.
Okay. His grotesque features of a snout and worm tail mark his father's crimes like misplaced blackmail. Bound to underground chambers to emerge at night, his hunger for flesh carries this odd curse in spite.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know the answer, but I don't know who this person. Like, I've never heard like the legend of it. So.
Well, you better start researching because neither have I. So yeah, as Eric said, you guys want to guess what the answer is? If you're like, I know what that is, you can leave a comment on our YouTube. You can leave it on our Instagram. We'll have the riddle. You'll actually be able to read it and see it, so you can leave a comment there. Or you can reply to one of our emails or send us an email, contact@sipsandspirits.com. We love getting the answers, right or wrong, and then you get a little shout out in the next cryptid episode. So, always fun. I love coming up with these riddles. So, we ready to move on to our last call?
Yep. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Okay. So, Hunting's behind the bar, babe.
Okay. So,
I want to say Happy New Year. This episode is coming out on the first new moon of the lunar calendar, which means for those who are celebrating Chinese or lunar, Asian, whatever New Year, if you're celebrating the New Year today, very Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year. May all the luck be flourishing.
Yes. Yes, may the fire horse bring lots of prosperity to you this year. And just for what's been happening this month, it was just last week, huh?
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago?
No, last week.
Was it last week?
Now it'll be like 2 weeks ago.
So the week of the Super Bowl.
There we go.
I was invited to the Winchester Mystery House as media to go and cover. They had a medium do a prediction on who was going to win the Super Bowl. And she was correct in her guess. And it was a really amazing, unique experience. The medium, Patty Negri, she considers herself a good witch, a medium, and psychic. And after she did the prediction, she did a seance down in the twin dining rooms, which was very fun. It was a very intimate event. There were probably about no more than 30 people there. And before we went upstairs to get her prediction, we got treated to a little pre-show of Spencer Gray's magician show, which was really, really fun. I'm always a sucker. I love those kinds of shows. They're very entertaining for me. So it was a very, very fun, unique experience. And there's still two more weekends left at Winchester Mystery House to do their flashlight tours. So if you guys get a chance, check that out. That has been probably one of my favorite open to the public tours to do. It's a self-guided tour. You are touring the house in the dark. They give you a flashlight. But it's neat because it's self-guided and self-paced. So you can take as much time as you want in each room, and they are usually encouraging you to bring along your ghost hunting equipment too.
See what you find.
We had so much fun. We spent like almost 2 hours in the house when we did it back in May. So I strongly encourage it. And there's 2 more full weekends left. Well, there's going to be this coming weekend, the 22nd or 21st. And then they'll have their last set of tours on the 28th to do those flashlight tours.
So if you get a chance to listen before that, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Fun times.
So there was that.
There was that. Last week, so Midsummer Scream, Blumhouse had a booth, and they announced a game they're going to release. Crystal, Theater of Idols. And it looked really cool, creepy, first-person shooter kind of game. Interesting concept to it. Like, I was like, oh, this would be interesting to how to play. It finally came out February 10th, and as soon as it came out, I got it, kind of thing. And we started playing it when we got maybe like 30 minutes into it, and so far it's been a very interesting.
Yeah, and the only reason we haven't continued more is just we had to get the kids to bed.
Yes.
It was a school night when we started playing it.
Yeah, I think I whatnot. And we played a little bit on a different night, and then we did, okay, gotta get back to bed and whatnot. So we want to play a little bit, but so far, artistically wise, the environment's beautiful. Great job, Blumhouse, kind of thing. The gameplay itself is very interesting, very different from any other first-person shooter I played. I played Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Fear, BioShock kind of thing. You know, I've had my hand at different. So this is.
He's got the gameplay experience
kind of thing, and so like the mechanics of this game are different, and I'm liking them so far. I'm checking out how I'm curious how it progresses throughout the game in different things and whatnot. Story wise, it's very interesting. Not a lot's been like shared out. A lot of religious aspects to it, kind of thing, and so we'll see how that happens. It does have a spooky so far, kind of like if you're
there was a moment.
Mannequins.
If you're not a thing for mannequins, this is gonna really unsettle you.
It'll be hard for you, but outside of that, it's been great and whatnot. So,
but oh my gosh, there was a moment. So he turns in the hallway and he sees something, but he was like kind of in a motion of turning around. He tries to turn back and it's not there anymore. And we were like, wait, there was something there. And it turns out the mannequin had just literally like walked behind you with how the movement had gone. And we're like, then we turn around and there it is. And we all like jump.
That's a fun little moment.
That was fun. So it's definitely, it's got a lot of potential. Yeah. I think we're still really early on in the game.
Exactly, yeah.
And it was just kind of getting a grasp on the mechanics, I think, is slowing us down a little.
Yeah.
So
it's just a new game, new environment. Just like I'm wanting to enjoy everything Blumhouse put into this.
I don't think you've ever played it. I don't know if this is like a first for a game for Blumhouse, or if there are other Blumhouse games out there. I know I can say pretty confidently we've never played a Blumhouse game.
No, we have not. So this is my first time playing a Blumhouse game. So we're not sure if there's more in that. We'll look at that to find out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been great, kind of thing. Good job, Blumhouse. If you ever listen to this, kind of thing. We're gonna shout you out eventually again.
We're enjoying it. So once he gets more ahead of it.
Okay, well, ahead of it, we'll update you to see how the experience has been.
Yeah.
And whatnot, yeah.
We'll keep you updated in the next episode how it's going.
Yeah.
And then just to kind of wrap things up, we got to give some merch shout out because not for us, but we're both wearing cryptid themed shirts. I love it. On purpose because it's a cryptid episode. So Eric has the Cryptids of California shirt, which I found this design, I think back in Midsummer Scream, and then the people who made it, Black Mass, mast, M-A-S-T, like on a ship. Not Black Mass. Like go to church. They also happen to be vending at Creep It Real. So I was like, if they had it at their booth, I wanted to bring it to Eric's attention because he's always complaining he doesn't have a cryptid shirt. And he saw it and he fell in love with it.
I was thinking mass, like, physics mass.
Oh. I'm thinking like go to church.
By the way, yes. Yeah. No, she's mentioned to me before, like, oh, I saw this really cool cryptid shirt. And like, I have a problem.
I want to get the print. And they brought it back in stock. I was just looking today. So.
I have a problem buying shirts because I want to buy shirts that are unique. That like that I don't see often. I remember when we took our son to Disneyland one year, I was like, oh, I want to get like a Marvel shirt because I was like, oh, I don't have Marvel gear to wear. And the theme for him was going to be Spider-Man. And I was like, okay, let's look around. And I was like, and I went to Target to look for shirts. And I was like, okay, that's cool. I've never seen this before. And then, go and behold, I go to Disney and I see the same shirt like 10 times. And I feel the same when I go to Mr. Scream. I see some shirts and like, I've seen that shirt like at least every aisle I've gone to. Mm-hmm. People wearing the same shirt. And nothing against those artists, People like your shirts. I am glad that's the case. Kind of thing. But I want to wear something that's different because, and that's why the brand I wear, kind of fit, kind of fat, at least in the communities that we hang out with, doesn't show up often.
Oh yeah.
Kind of thing. I saw at work one day. Somebody dropped off something, and they were they were wearing it. So like, hey, I have those shirts too, kind of thing, and whatnot. And that's why when that one year we saw Gigi Knights there, I was like, oh, I love your art, I love your shirts. Let me get some.
Yeah.
Kind of thing and whatnot.
No, and I mean, I just love that they're California specific cryptids because we do have a love for our state, especially in these times.
I love wearing this in public. People are just like looking at me like, and I was like, I know you're checking my shirt.
You even got a nod today at the
and
pet store.
And they go like, oh, what's going on? It's like, oh, wait, that's here. Like, hey, oh, I've been there. Like, oh, there's something there.
Yeah.
Kind of think it's fantastic. I love it.
It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because who would have thought there's like
12.
like 15 cryptids here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to count them right now, but I knew there were quite a few.
Yeah.
But every state has like one known cryptid. But,
yeah.
And then for my shirt, I don't know if you guys can even see all of it, but it's the Museum of the Macabre.
Your chest kind of like covers half of it.
I know, it covers up half of it. But I swear, there's a
torso.
Mothman and a Bigfoot, and then there's like a black hound dog.
Dog.
So this is from the Santa Cruz Museum of Natural History every Friday because my children get off school early. I've been trying to we go to spend half a day at the museum right after they get off of school, or we go to
the aquarium.
Well, oh, did I say?
It's the museum.
I said the museum. I meant to say the aquarium. We go to the aquarium. So we've been checking out different places that are local to us. Not too far of a drive, but gives us a chance to kind of explore something. And last weekend, every first Friday of the month at the Santa Cruz Natural Museum of History, you get to go in for free. Free admission for everybody. And it's only $5 for adults if you go on another day. So still worth supporting. And I saw this shirt and I was like, I gotta get this shirt for Sips and Spirits for our cryptid episode, so I can kind of mix it up a little. Not that I don't love wearing our Sips and Spirits shirt, but I need more cryptid shirts. I feel like I'm lacking in cryptid attire.
There we go.
Yeah.
Me too. I only have one.
Yep. So I got to support our museum or one of our local-ish museums because they need it right now, and yeah. And then, of course, I've been wearing these Fresno Nightcrawler earrings for quite a while. These are by There Will Be Cute on Etsy. I love her stuff. She does all sorts of fun, especially cryptid themed stuff, so definitely check her out.
The other day I was feeling around my ear and I was like, I think my hole's still there. So maybe I gotta poke it through.
Yeah.
Get some earrings on me. You want to see earrings on me? I'll look great in earrings.
So yeah. And I don't have anything official right now, but I want to say that next month, in our next episode, I will have a big announcement because I should be done working on this project. Yes, you do.
Oh, okay, I don't want to talk to you about that. Okay, cool.
So I'm very excited about it,
Mhm.
but it'll be following after I kind of share it. Everything should be solidified by then. So
Solidified.
I don't want to announce anything just yet, but it's coming. So if you're curious, tune into the next episode.
Check it out.
That's like my hook.
It's good episode, regardless of what's an announcement or not. But anyway, so we good?
Yeah,
Cool.
let's do this last call.
Thanks for sipping along with us. If you want to keep your spirits flowing, please be sure to show your support by reviewing and subscribing to our podcast. If you enjoy the show, please be sure to tell others about it. I would tell my coworkers, and they're like, "Ooh, that sounds fun. Let's check it out." I don't know if they have, but
I should give you the card. Just well, a couple people started following us,
Mhm.
and
I
you
wanted-
confirmed. You were
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah." If you're trying to figure out where you can find us, if let's say you're watching us on YouTube right now and you stumbled across us, or you're listening on a podcast host, but it's not really your thing, we are available everywhere. And when I
And
say
nowhere.
everywhere, I mean you can listen to us on YouTube or watch us on YouTube. That's been a big thing I've prided myself on from the beginning. I wanted it to be a video podcast, and we've kept that up. But we are also available on every podcast host, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify to Pandora to all the small little podcast hosts. We are available there. And you can also follow us on Instagram. We don't upload our full episodes on there. Obviously, they don't have the capacity for that.
they won't let us.
But we give teasers, show off the images of our cocktails, more detailed things. You get to see the cryptid cards up close and get to put in those guesses on the cryptid riddle.
Hey, since Instagram changed their lives rules, we
Oh,
need more
yeah.
followers. Tell your friends, make fake accounts, because we can't do lives on Instagram unless we do it on her account.
We need about 180 more followers to get back our access to doing Instagram lives. It's very frustrating because we were able to do them before, as some of you longtime listeners have joined in with us when we've done lives here and there. We'll do like a random tasting of a liquor we found, or we did a blind Oreo cookie tasting, comparing a regular Oreo to a Halloween Oreo.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
tell your friends.
Yeah, if we could get a few more followers on Instagram, that'd really help us out a lot. Because there are some live events I really want us to do. And it works patching it through my other Instagram account, but it's still kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
So we want to be reachable to you guys everywhere, but Instagram sometimes makes it really hard to want to be active on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't feel like social media, as I've mentioned before, we do have an email newsletter that you can subscribe to via sipsandspirits.com/happy hour. You join that happy hour, you get it once a month. And I said in the last episode it was every second Thursday. It's every third Thursday. So you'll be getting, if you guys are listening to this episode on Monday, February 17th, you will be getting the newsletter that Thursday.
Good idea. You get 2-for-1 special this week.
So yeah, I was mistaken in my counting day. So it's the third Thursday, not the second Thursday.
There we go. Just like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's the 4th.
Just kidding. The 4th.
But yeah, so there we go. And with that, are you ready to close
Cheers.
our tab?
Yeah, because my drink's almost empty.
Cheers. Woo.